Very good. And then the next one is going to be approval of the minutes.
I motion for the approval minute January 5.
Okay, first, and who, do we have a second? Mr. Rios, second. Okay. Now, public communication, sir.
Greg Tuttle, business owner. I always come and you know, sometimes it's bad, but a lot of times too, I will give praise where praise is due, and that wrestling match was unbelievable. And I think we ought to have more of them. The kids loved it. The kids were just my grandson, I've taken him to truck pull races, I've taken him to monster trucks, I've taken him to drag race, I've taken him every kind of event. Never have I seen him get out of his chair, standing on his chair, and he's yelling, screaming, USA, and, you know, boo, boo, and yay. And so, I mean, it was a fantastic event. We can learn from it. I was very happy to see that we used a local restaurant. We just need to educate the people that we're going to have a lot more people. So we need to bring more stuff. And but otherwise, it was really a well-organized event. Everybody was good, well-behaved. And I mean, it was really neat. And we need to see more of this in the city. So I really acknowledge the Parks and Rec for everybody and their good hard work that they did on it, because it was an excellent job. Now, back to the reality.
Oh, my God.
I've been to the school board, met with the school board, and talked at their meeting, and I'm going again, and I'm going to meet with the superintendent, and we're going to figure out what we're going to do with the soccer league. The thing that, and you might think that I'm just doing this as a vendetta or whatever else, there's no vendetta. What this is, I don't like to see kids playing on dirt. Now, if you've got leagues that are out there playing Saturday and Sunday both, adults and kids. Now, this is school, so I'm not talking to parks right now. And you see this, and you see how they ruin the grass. This isn't fair for the kids that go to school. They need to at least pay their share, get this grass fixed up. Now then I bring back into Barnes, where there's some photos of, you know, the grass is bare. I know we had a drought, but I still think that people that use our parks, because there's other events that nonprofits use and they have to pay, this league is making hundreds of thousands of dollars, not hundreds. They need to pay their share to use our facilities. And if it's just putting in grass seed, making it grow, and doing this thing and helping, they do nothing for this community. There's not one charity event that they put on for this city to help out the city. And I don't think that's right. So I would like to see that we come up and we put something on the agenda to come up with some kind of a fair price, and working with Manny, that we can come up with a fair price for them for using our facilities and what it would ever be to get the grass to grow and for using our facilities. I know they pay for the lights and everything there, but when our grass is barren like that, that's not fair for our community. We pay for this as business people and as residents. And if we want to take our kids to the park and they're playing on dirt, that's not fair. So I would like to see that we bring this back and have a full meeting on it to where we try to come up with some resolution. I'm not talking an arm and a leg. I'm just talking something fair. And we find out what it costs us reseed. We find out what the fertilization would be, and we mark off fields and let them grow and let them play on that, and then mark off another field, so that we're not making them stop from using the park, but that they, you know, we've got to let some of the grass come back. We can't have them playing on dirt. So I think with this here, we need, the thing is, this has always been a buddy deal between Ricardo Pacheco and Manny Lozano. And I don't think political should play a part in this. This is part of being fair with the whole people in our community. So I would like to see something brought back that we can make some fair judgment and have the staff look at coming up with some kind of resolution that would be a fair price for them to take care of the reseeding over there in Barnes. I know a lot of people use the Morgan Park over there. I don't know how much they use Morgan Park. They use more of Barnes than Morgan. But if they're not going to do Morgan, then let's have them do Barnes. That should be their donation to the city. They got to give to the city. I'm sorry. Nonprofits are supposed to give. This is a profitable business operating under a shield of a nonprofit and making hundreds of thousands of dollars on our backs. It's got to stop. Okay, thank you very much for your time.
I have some pictures right here that we took. Let me show them.
So two, no? So one of the,
That's Barnes, both of them.
both one is the same,
No,
no?
different areas.
No? Same?
Yeah, it's not the same.
Oh,
This is what we're talking about, you know.
one is the barn park, the another one is another park.
It's another
Oh, they're
area of the
both-
same park.
Oh, yeah, it's the
Same
same
park.
Oh, the same park. Oh.
I went by this morning, and it's growing a little bit because of the rain we've been having, but we need to dig it up, put some new grass into it. You know, it's something that I've been going around the parks and everything. I got that problem over there. Then I went into the restrooms and they were totally destroyed. There were paper all over the place and everything. 2 weeks ago, we went and I saw Morgan Park, and it's, you know, we gotta get people to take care of those things. You know, it's getting out of hand. You know, I don't know if it's the homeless or the drug addicts or whoever it is. You know, we have to get a handle on it.
Very
You
good.
know.
I will share this with our Public Works Director, who's responsible
Yeah.
for the irrigation and landscape, as well as the maintenance and cleanliness of restrooms, and see if we can put our heads together and come up with a better system.
A better system to take care of it, because, like I say, it's getting really out of hand. You know,
And I was told by some of the landscape staff that we're in a drought, so they're going to dial back the water. So with that being said, the grass might turn more brown than green. So I need to verify if that's accurate. That's an accurate, if we are dialing back.
basically on a grass, if you water it twice a week, that will be good enough. Okay, but when you get 40, 50 kids into the grass, you're gonna kill the grass. You know, it's like the old football fields. Yeah. Now we have that artificial. You know, I wish we could put artificial for the kids. You know.
That'd be beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know, but it's something that, you know, we have to look at.
definitely will.
You know, because
How many years have I construction this park?
Excuse me?
How many years?
How many years have we?
Yeah, because
Well,
it was-
since we reopened it, it's been about 10 years.
I remember the graduation. I remember gonna go over there, but long time, 10 years? Yeah, 10 years.
Maybe
Short
10
time?
years.
No,
Boy,
more.
do you remember when we opened the park?
205.
So about 10 years. And even when we reopened the park in '05, the grass was hydro seed.
Yes.
They just sprayed it, and they weren't able to remove all of the rocks because the way they explained it to me, it's on a riverbed. The grass is on a riverbed, so every time they dug into the field, they found more
yeah,
rocks. So what the correct way would have been by putting topsoil, or putting a layer of soil. The budget didn't allow for it, so we just made do. But
yeah. Because I went to the Little League fields. I went to National and to American. I went to National especially because their fields are tip-top shape,
oh really?
and they take care of their own. The school district doesn't help them for anything, you know.
Because the school,
But they do all the work, their mounts, everything, you know. They do the whole thing, and they put seed and put top level moistures and stuff like that. They really take care of them, you know. and that's something
Great.
that,
Get that volunteer workforce. That's wonderful.
yeah, because they take care, like I said, they take care of their own. They don't ask nothing from the city or from the school district, yeah.
Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Yes.
With your approval, we'll move on to the first one, which was breakfast with Santa update. April will give an update in regards to the breakfast program that we had back in December.
Our breakfast with Santa took place on Saturday, December 6th, and Mr. Rios, Commissioner Rios, I think was the only one that was able to attend.
Right,
Warren Watkins,
I think so.
Commissioner
Yeah,
Watkins
John,
was also there.
yeah.
Hopefully, everyone else can make it this year. We had over 600 in attendance, and we served pancake breakfast, eggs, sausage, and milk, orange juice, or coffee. And we had the high school students provide volunteers that helped us in different areas of the event. When you walked into the event, you had the free arts and crafts that were on hand for anyone 12 and under. And then this year, or 2014, something new that we had added was that Total Care Dental offered to do free face painting. So they did holiday face painting for all the kids. It was really cute to see them participate, and the face painter was dressed as Mrs. Claus. So that added to the holiday spirit. And they were doing that for free. It was a donation. They were also giving out different goodies to all the kids that were visiting their area. And we also changed the layout. We moved the photos with Santa into the community center, and that worked out really great. We had very good feedback from a lot of residents and just participants in general that said very organized, and it flowed much better. And then in our main hall at the senior center is where we serve the breakfast, restaurant style. They seated, all the volunteers and staff members. So it was really nice. Hopefully, we will have more support from Smart and Final. We purchased all our breakfast items from them, and they did make a product donation, but they're actually interested in making a larger monetary donation. So they also are very supportive, where if we have leftovers, we're allowed to take and return the items back to the is something that we weren't able to do management, but now they seem very supportive. And then Allen Company was monetary, very nice. Hopefully we'll go ahead and reach out to more sponsors, or more groups that want to join and volunteer.
It was very
That's
nice.
very nice.
For coming and volunteering, it's a lot of work.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I know stay
But I
there.
enjoyed it.
I know stay there, but a lot of people in the schools they say it's wonderful. It's nice, see everything. She said, he said, congratulations, everybody working too hard. I know you're too much work. Yeah.
And we might add another Santa Claus, because we get overwhelmed with the photos. Maybe a photo booth or something that'll move the.
Yeah.
But other than that, we got a lot of good feedback.
Everybody enjoyed themselves. Yeah. Everybody was very happy. The kids were very happy. Yeah.
I'll be
Nice, nice job.
Next, we have Irma Garcia, Program Coordinator, and she's going to give an regards to the Senior Center, as well as some of the activities taking place in February.
I just want to report what's going on in the month of February, plus other activities that are going to be upcoming. One of the items that's going to be upcoming, which is going to be offered by AARP. We're going to be starting our tax time. It's going to be effective this Thursday, and the hours that we have for this Thursday is going to be from 9 to 2, and it is a free service that they provide. We have 3 volunteers that have been trained by the Area on Aging retired persons, so therefore that they are qualified. They do actually do taxes, and that will continue until April the 19th. Till April the 9th, sorry. So that's another
19
service.
taxes, rich.
Pardon
We
me?
got 4 more extra days, huh?
That was an oops. July.
April.
I think it's the following week. It falls. Since they
Yeah,
only
it's in
come on
April.
Thursdays, that's the only day that they do provide us that services on the Thursday. And then with the other senior centers, we met last week on Thursday, so we're all trying to get dates so that way we can refer them. If it doesn't fit with our schedule, we can refer them to other senior centers. For the month of February, we also have a rep coming in, and they're providing healthy meals. So they give us like an actual menu that they work with, and they talk to the how to eat healthy, how to stay active, and that happens every Thursday. It's going to be happening for the month of February. Our fitness program, it's our award-winning fitness program that we have. We kicked it off actually on Saturday. We got involved with the community weigh-in for the Queen of the Valley. We have some of our seniors and some of our more active adults that are involved in our program, and 11 of them actually ended up showing up, but we have more that were not able to attend, but they are going to be a part of that event. It is a community weigh-in, and what happens is that they're offering $250 for the person that loses the amount of weight, and where the next weigh-in is going to be on June 27th, so that's like an incentive. But at the same time, for our seniors here, our active adults, is that we're also going to be preparing for the 5K as well. So this is going to be a very good incentive. $250 will. Okay. Daily, we receive donations from Pizza Hut and also from Starbucks. That doesn't help our fitness program, but they do enjoy. Last week we just celebrated our ping pong tournament. Our ceremony was held on Thursday. It was very well attended. They had a great time. Our first, second, and third participants, they were all residents of Baldwin Park, so they have a great time. We're out there just swinging those paddles. On Friday, February the 6th, we're going to be celebrating our Lunar New Year in partnership with the school. We anticipate there's going to be close to anywhere from maybe close to 300 people. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. It is held there at the Act Center. And it starts, we kick it off at 9 o'clock in the morning until 11. We do serve dim sum, and there's going to be a fortune cookie, almond cookies, green tea, so we serve quite a bit of food on that day. In honor of Lunar New Year. This year is the year of the sheep. On Saturday, we're also going to be celebrating our Valentine's dinner and dance. It's our candlelight dinner. We're going to be having our band, Moreno Musical, and also Rudy, which is our sonic boom. Plays a variety of different types of music. Okay. And then on the 10th of February, we're going to be having our senior club is going to be having their rummage sale. That's pretty successful. They love having that. It's a well-attended event. It's an opportunity for our seniors to be able to sell some of the items that they have at home and have an opportunity to socialize, but at the same time also make a living. We have Zumba every Friday that is being sponsored by CareMore twice a week. We are looking for other sponsors. I'm currently looking for other HMOs to sponsor every Friday. So right now we only have 2 Fridays until I get someone else on board to start having it each Friday. We're going to be celebrating our Mardi Gras on the 17th, so all the seniors are really looking forward to having those beads and sharing the friendship beads. I do tell them quite often they are friendship beads. Mask on, so they have a great time. I'm going to back up a little bit. One of the items that we're going to be doing for Valentine's is that we normally here at the Senior Center, it is a little fundraiser for us, but I want the seniors to realize that they're not forgotten for Valentine's. So it's very important for us to really make sure that they are aware that they're also have friends and loved ones that come and celebrate the event for them. So we do sell these. It's a fundraiser for us. At the same time, makes them happy and still to kind of stay connected that, Valentine's is still for them. So it's a lot of little sayings that we put together about friendship. We do them in English and Spanish. And a lot of the friends and then the staff, we deliver the flowers, the candy, or the balloons to our seniors and all the different classes. So they really, really like it. It's a great event. It just makes them feel like not forgotten. We're going to be having our billiards tournament. It's going to be on February the 26th. We do have a variety of different events that are coming up for the month of February as well as for the month of March. We're going to be going to Viejas Casino, Fantasy Springs Casino, and also to the Date Festival. In March, we're going to be going to Hermosa Beach and also to the Antique Steam Engine and also to Paula Casino. Those are some of the items that are coming up for the month of February. I'm trying to keep them as busy as possible.
I know.
Have any questions?
Just have a trip for the casino for the senior or for where do you want to go? The casino. For the trip, the casino. Yeah. Only for the seniors?
Well, what happens is that we reserve it, the seniors have first preference of. It's this Saturday. We're going to open up our doors at 6 o'clock. It is a candlelight dinner, and the tickets are $15, but it does include off the music in the hour.
Where is it going to be?
At the senior center.
This Saturday is for the, not for this, that's for the,
That's Friday.
oh, this is Friday. And this is,
Lunar New Year
this
is
is
Friday.
a
and
Saturday.
the
Oh, this is,
Valentine's dance is on Saturday
oh, okay, yes.
at the Performing Arts Center,
Friday, if you're Friday at 9.
9 o'clock. We kick off the program. 9 o'clock from 9 to 11.
The 9/11 to say here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Very good.
You work a lot of work. You have fun for the seniors. I want to stay there. Oh, maybe fun. You have everything. I know a lot of people that the seniors is happy, and for you, you work it too hard, and you're busy every day. Yeah. Thank you for motivation. The seniors. Thank you.
Very good. We'll move on to the next item. We have the California Parks and Recreation Society CPRS Awards update. Just like to share with the commission that we did receive notification, and we were not selected. We applied for 4 awards, 3 awards, and 1 community champion award. So we will go back to the drawing board. Although we feel the projects are deserving, that his state didn't. So we will continue to refine all of our programs and look at the criteria and reapply next year. All right.
Thank you.
And then in regards to the CDBG, I'm not sure when you folks are having your next CDBG meeting.
Yes.
Thursday.
Okay, perfect timing. I have Helen Hernandez here from our department, and she is the liaison for the CDBG project. So she'll go ahead and briefly talk about the projects that we submitted as a department and that we're requesting funding. Helen?
Good evening, Commissioners. Just a quick update. We have lessened the amount of money we applied for this year. As you know, we did unfortunately do away with our program for child care.
And oftentimes those young people transition when they become of age to normal staff, which is recreation leaders. And we've had a ton of success. I want to say even April was a youth employment, right? No, I don't think. We have several staff and even full-time employees now that have become out of our youth employment program. So our youth employment program definitely is a great training ground for lots of great staff we have around the city. The next program we are seeking funding for is our Family Service Center. And as you know, our Family Service Center is our one-stop shop to help both our residents and non-residents, even transients that are passing through our city,
with tokens, clothing, emergency food, shelter, access to dental, medical information, counseling, alcohol abuse, job training, job resources. So our Family Service Center actually provides tons of services, and the only way we're able to keep funding that facility to be open is by helping to offset the cost for staffing. We don't charge any administrative cost to the CDBG program. That specifically goes to pay for the full-time coordinator that helps run all those programs, and it's only part of their actual pay. It's not their full entire pay, because those coordinators they actually do other programming in addition to the Family Service Center duties. Yeah, and we have part-time staff there as well to run the day-to-day operations. The last program will be our recreation subsidy program, and that's a program that definitely goes directly back to all of our residents. We administer the program in our department, and we do not charge any administrative costs to CDBG. All the money is 100% given back to those that qualify. Again, you have to be a Baldwin Park resident, you have to meet income guideline qualifications, and there is a maximum per fiscal year for this program. So basically, if I had my child who wanted to take a recreation program, bowling, or an art class, and I wasn't able to afford it, the city will help me with 70% of the cost. So if the cost was $10, the city would pay $7, and my share of cost would be $3. And if I had 4 children, I could put all 4 children in for $12 per session. And each child gets a cap amount, so that way the child doesn't necessarily get unlimited funds the whole year. They get an amount for the entire year. So, for example, I did a higher end program like football, Pop Warner football. Those costs are quite expensive. We would cover 70% of it again, and then I might be able to offer my son or daughter 1 or 2 other classes throughout the year. So that goes entirely back to our residents, and that one is specifically only for Baldwin Park residents, just like our youth employment program. So it's very important that we advocate for our programs, that we make sure these are funded. We used to fund a few more other programs, which we no longer do, but these are the 3 programs that are most significant to our department, that we really need to make sure we fund them so we offer these services. If they're not funded by CDBG funds, then they just won't exist. Won't be able to offer any sort of discount or assistance with recreation programs. Family Service Center would be severely affected, as well as the youth employment program would not exist without funding. Very extremely critical that we advocate for funding for these. Anybody have questions?
Yes. On the sports like Pop Warner, baseball, stuff like that, do they get equal pay, equal shares for all of them, or just the football? Because I've been involved with the Roadrunners and the baseball, and most of the times the Pop Warner would get, I would say, 70% of the whole thing, and the other little leagues, they wouldn't get it. You know, because we would put an application, let's say for 10 kids, they'll come back with just 1 or 2 for baseball. Okay, and for football, it seems like they get for full share of everything that they get. You know,
Actually,
I don't know.
This program has been improved over the years. Initially, I wasn't in charge of it, so I don't know how it's funded 10, 15 years ago. But for the last 5 to 10 years that I have been involved, every student or participant, child in the program, they are funded a set amount. So, for example, Mike would get $100, Manny would get $100, Joey would get $100. So that's their cap for the year. So that's what they get. So whether they choose to play baseball or whether they choose that. Sometimes we do run out of funding. We only get a limited amount of funding. So if every child that participates decides to play football, and football turns in their request for their subsidy reimbursements first, then that's who gets funded.
Keep in mind also of the timing. Football is September, I believe. So there's plenty of money in the account, and Little League is April-ish, March, April. That's about the time we start running low or exhaust all the funds. But it's been my experience that we traditionally pay out on everyone. If they're out of funds in April-ish, we will hold it and pay in July when we have access to more funds. But we don't turn anyone away. Need to keep in mind also that the parents need to turn in all their documentation. So if they don't participate, turn in the documentation, which isn't very much, but there is a little bit of paperwork, then we can't process. But we do have a staff member, Claudia, who works part-time for the city. She's a full-time school district employee. She did a wonderful job. We refined the program. I'm happy to say we've had it since July 1st of 1995. And it's evolved, and it is a fantastic program. And we've serviced hundreds and hundreds and probably thousands of kids over the years. Football, all the baseball leagues, and the program evolved out of Little League back in '95. The former director wanted to make sure that no children were turned away. I know there's Little League policy that you can't turn anyone away, but we wanted to help out. That was our contribution, help out the Little Leagues as well as the football group. And then that evolved into the recreation, sports, and then that evolved into recreation type of classes as well. Tap, ballet, other things
And then other
of that
classes,
nature.
yes.
Yeah, no, I understand that part of it, you know. But
And actually,
being
in our most
involved,
recent months, we have already begun in December, because they started registration early, paying the Little Leagues such as Eastside, National, and American. They've already applied and started getting funding this year.
they already started.
The early registration, they were
I'll
able
go
to.
around and ask them, you know. 'Cause my experience with them, and I just met with John from National and over here, Victor.
Hispanics do need to apply, though. Sometimes they just assume they're going to get it because they're a Baldwin Park resident, but they do need to come pick up an application,
I know.
and we can walk them through the process.
I understand, no, I understand what you're saying, you know. But it seems over the years, like Manny was saying, that in April, the funding is low. Then in September, there's,
Registration actually in January and February, so as long
Oh,
as
yeah,
they
I
do
know.
timely, the board members submit timely, they'll get their money.
But since you are on the commission, the joint commission, you have the influence on how much to allocate for these programs that Helen was talking about.
The more money, the better.
If you think, I think we've always exhausted all
Yeah.
of the recreation scholarship by April-ish.
Usually it's April, maybe sometimes May. And right now we're applying for 15,000 again, and sometimes they cut that down to 10,000. So a few years ago, we were cut extremely low, so we did run out very quickly.
That's 15?
This year, we're applying for 15.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
keep in mind, 15 years ago, we had $40,000.
Yeah,
I
over the years.
I remember.
Yes, we had a lot, we had plenty
long
of
time.
money. We always had excess, a few $1,000s excess money.
yeah.
But when the monies became more competitive and graffiti and everyone else, they were trying to go after the same dollar. St. John's and Church of the Redeemer. Well, you've seen the applications. It's difficult to choose a group.
Many other question. What is this time is the money is not too much. I remember the 5 year or 6 year is 2,040 something and
For which one?
for the city for everything this.
Oh, the total
Yeah,
allocation?
yes. And
The
this
total
time is-
allocation, I believe, I haven't looked at the numbers, but from what I've been told, they're going down about 10 to 12% every year.
Yeah, it's,
Down.
Oh,
here it says, we're allowed $150,000, $109 for public service.
Hit 150?
Yeah.
And it used to be, when I first started doing this, like
Yeah.
$600,000, $700,000 a year.
We have 211,000 worth of applications.
Oh,
Over
wow.
60,000.
Sure.
yes.
So you need to keep in mind of duplication of services,
It's a city.
duplication of services, or recommend no duplication of services.
At the very minimal, keep what we have, maybe no new programs, keep the existing programs.
Yeah.
And definitely not letting our programs take bigger cuts than they've already taken.
Because you're already at minimal amounts, and this is for part.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just have a
everything
question in regards to that. The graffiti removal program is asking for an additional 1,000. Last year they got 30, and they're asking for 50. Is this program that normally gets funded through city funds, and now they're asking for additional funds because they're low? Is
They've
that-
always gotten CDBG funds, and they used to be upwards of 75 and 80,000. In order to make sure that they get rid of it in a timely manner. It is costly to repaint walls and resurface after people have graffitied, and they've taken a lot of hits and just still try to keep up with it. But if they keep getting cut, then the city will definitely, you'll see the increase in graffiti around the city. So we want to make sure that they get the money that they need as well.
Challenging.
It's a challenge, yes.
It's a balancing act.
I mean, because that's really important.
Yes, yes.
My mom's house constantly gets graffiti on it, but the
Yeah.
city's always on top of it within 24, 48 hours.
And if they are cut extremely, then that would not take place. So
Subsidize the graffiti.
Mike worked 5 years in public works.
The
and-
CDBG program monies help subsidize it.
Yeah.
And whenever the CBD shut down, then the, just cover whatever the CBD. Like they're asking for another 15. Have to be prepared for no additional funding, so therefore the city's gonna have to come off the city
Those
coffers.
additional 20.
But we'll still keep the same service, but it's gonna have to come.
Yeah.
I don't know with your mom's place.
Very good. No further questions?
Oh, it's okay.
Okay, then, last but not least, but I'd like to add something to the agenda as well, but just want to give an update in regards to the Barnes Park Field usage update. I know we've chatted about it, and I have the pictures, and I'll talk with our Public Works Director, Mr. Wall, but I just want to let you know that the soccer group is utilizing the fields on Wednesdays for approximately 1 hour to 1.5 hours, and that's how much they're utilizing the field. I was asked a question at a recent council meeting, a few meetings ago, I don't recall precisely. Mr. Pacheco asked me, Councilmember Pacheco asked me if they use the soccer field at Barnes Park, if the soccer group utilizes it. And I responded yes, but it's kind of a trick question because they do. He says if they use it for practice. And I responded yes. And I thought about it afterwards. I said, I wonder if that was the appropriate answer. But it probably is because they have traveling clubs that participate in their league. So it's not per se the soccer group utilizing the field at Barnes Park. It's just a bunch of kids and coaches that get together. So it's not like if Gonzalo reserves the field or any of the gentlemen that run the program. Just that clubs that participate in his tournaments use the field. So the soccer league utilizes the field right now Wednesdays for about 1 hour to 1.5 hours. That's what they utilize. Now, other days they may use the field, they just don't go through us. So it's much like a drop-in program. It's just like if some kids and coaches, traveling baseball club utilizes the field just because it's available. So I just wanted to clarify that in regards to bar, just so we have a good understanding of what's happening. Okay, then last but not, yes, sir.
In regards to Barnes Park, where you guys put that fencing, wrought iron fencing right there. I went over there where they were practicing. The people that are walking or going, they have to go into the street in danger of getting hit by a ball.
Okay.
My truck got hit around 4 times while I was parked right there.
Oh.
So they gotta, be aware of what they're doing. And it was a big joke for them, okay?
Yes, it is. I mean, that's how valuable and little green space we have at the parks.
No, I understand that, but those coaches that were there, they're not coaches. Coaches would turn everything around and let the people walk through,
Another good example is the right at the corner of Bolingbrook Boulevard in Ramona, behind the marquee. There's a club soccer team that practices there, and Mr. Rios was there about a month ago, and he has 100 kids. 100 kids out there.
Yeah.
And they from time to time participate in the soccer tournaments, but they're not they don't belong to the organization.
They're just like
A travel soccer team, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the way to put it.
They're dropping in using the facilities.
Yeah, they have their own combs and everything, One of the things that I noticed in Barnes, all the trash cans, none of them have lids on them. So that's I talked to one of the mains worker, and they say they're around $175, $185 per lid.
Very expensive.
And you got around 10 of them right there right now.
It was shared with me a few weeks ago that when they cleared out the area that's being torn down, we had numerous trash cans. So hopefully we could recycle the lids from those trash cans. And
it's casket in there. It's very unhealthy.
yes.
Yeah. But but I'll keep you advised on the things that are going right
We'll
there.
mention that to the Public Works Director
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
It'll be a
'cause
good investment to have those to have the lids on the trash cans. They last forever.
Yeah, but I think they got what been happening. What the main guy told me is that they take them off, and the soccer league uses them as.
Oh, they put them over the water, the sprinklers,
Yeah.
because it interrupts their activity.
You know, and that's something that we have to talk.
Yeah, they don't make
Oh,
it back.
they don't put them back, or they get lost.
They ride their bike over them. Yeah, kids are kids. But I do want to chat. Mr. Tuttle was kind enough to mention the wrestling match that we had. Mike was the staff member responsible for it on Saturday, and he'd like to just report out. So, Mike.
All right, thank you, Commissioners. Good evening.
Hi.
Once again, I'd like to thank Mr. Tuttle. He was there. And not only did his grandson enjoyed it, but it was all age groups. If I'm not mistaken, I think you were on your chair cheering as well. Joining his grandson. No, but to be honest with you, the whole group, every age group that was there enjoyed the whole show. Empire Wrestling Federation has been together for many years, and they put down a lot of these pocket shows. And my idea was to go ahead and put together and provide a program for the tweeners. We call them the tweeners, the 13, the 14, and 15, so on and so forth. This is back since last summer. This event was planned since last summer, and we try to go ahead and put it at a time that would be perfect. Well, I think there's really no perfect time for wrestling. I think the wrestling could be put in any time of the year. But I did it during the wrestling program for high school, and we did invite some of the high schools to come in. We know that wrestling, high school wrestling and professional wrestling are two different things, but the entertainment is so much different.
Yeah.
So we had the show on Saturday night. We have some numbers here. We had roughly about 400 adults. That's 14 and older. And then from 6 to 13, we had about 268, 14 to 13. But we had a lot of little ones. I would venture to say that we had anywhere from 100 to 125 young ones, 5 years and older or younger. Okay, 5 and under.
Yeah.
So there goes your total of about 1,000 people that were there in the house this last Saturday.
This summer.
Very enjoyable. Mr. Toto mentioned that we had the local El Jalcal that went ahead and provided the food, and they ran out of food because not knowing what the spectatorship was going to be. So they were overwhelmed as well. It was a good overwhelm, and next time they'll be prepared for it.
Yeah.
And next time we'll probably give another restaurant an opportunity to go ahead and do that. We'd like to go ahead and, like I like to say, spread the wealth. We'll get somebody else to come and help out. Okay, they did a wonderful job in trying to feed the folks. Also, the nice thing about this event, we allowed them to go into the gym. I was surprised that there wasn't a large mess. We had nachos, hot dogs, carne asada, tacos. You know what? They must have been hungry because I didn't see it on the floor. They didn't spill it. There was a few liquid spills, but they got cleaned up real well. Bottom line is the event went well, and everybody enjoyed it. We did have Pasadena Star News that was there taking pictures. I think they already posted some pictures of the kids and what have you. So, going back to the planning one, we do plan to have one, I call it Back to School Extravaganza, wrestling program, and we hope to see many more others. We did invite all the schools, all the elementaries from K through 8th, and we did give them some complimentary passes to go ahead and allow those less fortunate families to go ahead and participate. We also gave it to the high schools, okay, as I mentioned. But I took it a step further. All the surrounding high schools within a 5-mile radius, I invited those wrestling groups to come and participate, or come and watch it on a complimentary. We only gave them 10 tickets. And it's hard to say how many of those 10 tickets were represented from the various different schools. I think next summer I'll go ahead and write down the schools that we get. So this way we have an idea who showed an interest in coming. So that's important. And we like to see how this program covered all of the San Gabriel Valley area. It was very well covered in terms of a following. They have a very good following there. So I saw people with their boards saying, "Go Andy Brown." I guess that's one of their main wrestlers. Go Andy Brown. Go.
Yeah.
So they have a following.
That's cool.
So again, the community center probably attracted not only from the LA Basin area, but definitely from the San Gabriel Valley area. It was very well attended. I'll attest to what happened, and they are very acrobatic.
Yeah.
I don't know how you saw, they were flipping.
The white guy that went and flipped over the.
Somersault over the ring to go ahead and get the villain that was down on the floor.
Oh my
So
God.
it was very amazing. I was shocked. I was shocked.
Something that you would do.
Their dollar value for that show was nothing to compare to
Yeah,
what
I
we
know.
could have charged. I mean, we only charged $6, $3 for the little ones.
Yeah.
So again, the show was outstanding, and again, we do plan. Mayor Pro Tem Cruz Baca was there. She was. I was trying to see what's going to happen next, and so she enjoyed it. She enjoyed it as well with her family members. So again, it was very well attended and liked by those that were there that night.
Yeah, and then you see outside the big.
Oh, you had the inflatable.
Yeah,
We had the
I see.
inflatable blow up there. So
I see over there, but I know
again,
inside a lot of people.
incidentally, they're going to be at Sierra Vista High
Yeah.
School on March 7th, I believe.
March 7th.
They're going to go ahead and do basically the same.
And the VP, I have one, no?
I don't know about Baldwin Park High School, but I
Park,
know
okay.
that for sure Sierra Vista is their next show.
I'm not sure the date, but I
At Sierra
have
Vista
one.
High School.
Yeah.
So they like Baldwin Park.
Yeah.
They like to come to Baldwin Park.
I remember the lady.
If you have an opportunity, go on the Tribune or the Pasadena Star website.
Tribune,
There's some really nice pictures, the quality, and you could really get a feel and a vibe for the event. Mike spoke great about it, but if you see the pictures, the faces, the fans,
I see.
I mean, they were
I
so
see.
energetic and lively.
Not to mention that one of our very own staff members, Ben Rodriguez, he was in the program. Now he's had dreams of getting into wrestling, stocky guy. But when they had the battle royale at the very end, where they had about 12 wrestlers in the ring, and he was one of them that was presented. He made his debut here in Baldwin Park, I should say.
That's good.
His debut was there. It was short-lived, but you got to start somewhere, right? So he went in there with his outfit, his boots, and whatnot, and he has long hair, and he went ahead shaking his hand, and he went all tough and battled in there. He jumped into the ring only to go ahead and start getting beat up. And he got thrown to the ground and whatnot, but all part of the entertainment.
Yeah.
We can honestly say that his debut was here in Baldwin Park.
Yes.
Probably going to springboard to his professional wrestling career.
That's good.
Yeah.
So that was another good thing. We have one of our staff members that's part of the group now. So
Yeah.
hopefully he can
Wonderful
come back
program.
all in one piece.
I know it.
So
I know, Sandra, you working too hard at this program. I like it because the student, when I work in the school, in the VP high school and another school, Santa Fe, she say, "Oh, teacher, you see this happening Saturday? Oh my God, wonderful, the fire!" It's happy. The student, "Oh yes, you like it? Yes." I told you, go over there, say thank you, and then congratulations the people working hard to this program.
well, that's our goal
Happy.
at Jackson with Recreation. We try to
Yes,
recreate for
I
leisure
know.
time, and that was definitely a time that they were leisured and enjoyed at the same time. So.
Yeah, I come here, I see outside because I got my little babies, kids. I have a lot of people over there. I stay outside, you see the big mono, everything. They say, "Oh my God, wonderful." But I'm sorry, I don't come because I.
And Mr. Toto, if you have any suggestions, you're more than happy to give us a suggestion so that we can even make it better.
I don't know how you could have made it better when my grandson, I wish I could show you this video because all you can hear is "Go USA, go!" I mean, you couldn't hear nothing else. I mean, he was so excited. And I mean, other than we needed more chairs and more seating,
Yeah.
and maybe, I'll tell you what, the word gets out, it's going to be twice that. Because the kids love it.
Yeah.
The small ones. He's 6 years old. And I mean, he's got all the wrestling heroes and all that stuff, but to see it in real,
Yeah.
and these guys all dressed up and stuff, it was fantastic. And just don't sit in the first row, because you'll get scared a lot. But they don't come near you. I mean, they're good, but it's good, clean fun.
Yes.
And they took pictures with the kids. They took the time out during the intermission, which was great. Because the kids all wanted pictures. So my grandson didn't want to set up there with them. But, I says, I'll even go up there. No. But, that type of deal, gets in with the crowd. So, I mean, you guys did fantastic there. Other than some seating and more food, make more money on that stuff, I think you guys could do a fantastic job and double it up. So, very good job.
Thank you, Mr. Tuttle. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, wonderful job.
Any questions? No?
I'm looking forward to the March 7th show at
Yeah, te la viste. Wonderful job.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. That's all we have. Any commission requests or communications?
Oh, well, me, I said, it's a lot of work. I told her last time. Thank you, Helen. I know you're working too hard too for this program, the BGD. It's a lot. This time it's too much money, but work too much. I need money more. And the Irma, it's a lot of job for the senior working. And many, I know you many.
Thank you.
They're working. And Mrs. Sala, I know for a long, long time. Well, I stay for a long time. They work too hard. Everybody that's working hard to.
Very much.
Thank you for the help, communities.
Yeah, it was very, very good. We have go start up a soccer league in Morgan Park.
Do we have a soccer league?
Yeah.
That's the city's program. It's a developmental program. It's only ages 3 to 7.
Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I think it's a good idea to bring that into the city, especially to the parks and rec right there.
Yeah, that's our program. That is our.
I think you'll. It's good like baseball, you know. You start them that young, the older they get, the better they get.
Oh,
you know?
yes.
Yeah, you know, and I think it would be a good idea to really push on it.
We would love to offer a program. We just need the resources. It'd be nice to have the facilities too, but the resources is.
Yeah, yeah. Not like Pomona. Pomona has beautiful fields. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, you know, it'd be a good idea if the city would start running programs like this, even if they have to use like Sierra Vista High School
Yes.
or Bone Park High School and stuff like that. You know, get some teams in here, invite other communities. You know, it would be a good. It would be a good program for the city. You know, especially for the parks and recs. They'll bring revenue in and stuff like that. It would be very good. Yeah, I was reading and it's good.
Very good. Thank you.
Very good.
I have no comments.
Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I motion to close the, somebody said, excuse me.
Yeah, you sure can.
Do you supply the uniforms for the soccer? Is that what you're planning on?
For our leagues, the ones the city.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What I would suggest, just a recommendation, is to get, because I know the soccer league across the street has their store, but there's also another store that's very reasonable over on Ramona that did do. Andy. And we went and outsourced to LA and spent more money and gave it to a company that was out of our city. So I would just like to suggest that we take the best offer in our city and get our uniforms from a local place.
We try to stay local, but sometimes we purchase the uniforms for Andy purchased. He purchased, I think, ours from Score. Does that ring a bell? Or the actual manufacturer, that AYSO and all the other.
Well, I got a copy of what you spent, and he could have beat that.
Oh, really?
Yes. So
We will go back.
I do work with Andy on stuff for my business, and I was upset, and he was too, that he didn't get the bid on it because he had got the bid before. And I'm not, promoting just his business, but I'm saying he can beat the price, and he's willing to work with the city on that type of stuff because he does a lot of stuff with the police department, local, and all that stuff. So that's all I would recommend.
Thank you. We've used that vendor before. Action Designs, I believe.
Action Design.
Action
Yeah.
Design.
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Where are they
Okay.
located, Manny?
Right next to Trophy World
Oh, yeah, Trophy.
on
It's right off of Ramona
San Bernardino
Action
Road.
Village.
Mexican restaurant.
Actually,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
I
Let me
know
write
you-
that down.
Yeah. There's a nice price over there. And- Yeah.
Oh, would you?
Okay, I close it, well, I motion for the close the meeting, 6:10.
I second it.
Okay, very good. Anything else, folks?